Judiciary. Judiciary is the third organ of the state. Okay, other two organs are legislature and executive, which maintains judiciary maintains it keeps rule of law in the country. So rule of law means law is the supreme thing. Law is superior to everything. Everybody should be under the law. This is called rule of law. And judiciary interprets, it explains the laws. When there is any issue, any debate in terms of implementation of laws, then judiciary is there to interpret, to explain the laws and constitution made by the legislature and implemented by the executive. As you know that legislature makes laws and constitution for the country, and executive implements these laws and constitution, and judiciary interprets, judiciary explains, judiciary checks whether these laws and order, whether the laws and constitution are being implemented or not. As you know, judiciary consists of courts and judges. So what are the functions of judiciary? Dear students, I have given you here some of the very important functions. So first is to give justice to the people. So one of the major functions of judiciary is giving justice to the people. Justice, okay. So charging the guilty people, giving justice to the innocent people. This is the major function. Another one is to interpret and apply laws. So if there is any confusion, if there is any debate and dispute in the laws, then judiciary is there to interpret, to explain the laws. Next, judiciary also helps making law. Judiciary helps the legislature. As you know, legislature makes laws and judiciary helps legislature to make law. And protection of rights is guaranteed by the Constitution. So judiciary protects rights which are mentioned, which are stated in the Constitution. This is the protection of rights. And running judiciary, administration. So there are some administrative works, administrative activity in judiciary which are run by also judiciary. So what is the importance of judiciary? So the first important thing is that it is the dispenser of justice. So when the citizen, when anyone feels injustice, when anyone feels feels that he is not getting justice, at that time judiciary is there, judges are there which give you justice, which provide you justice. So it is the dispenser of justice. Similarly, judiciary is the protector of the rights of the people. Protector. Okay, judiciary protects, defends, saves rights which are mentioned in the Constitution. So judiciary protects the rights of the people. It is the guardian of rule of law and justice. I have already told you, it is the guardian of law. So everything, all the laws are interpreted by judiciary. So it is guardian. So it is the safeguard against legislative and executive access. Sometimes legislative and executive activities, their acts, their affairs can be beyond the laws. So at that time, judiciary checks them, controls them. Judiciary tracks them to go ahead in the right direction. It means it gives them feedback whether they are following laws or not. An independent judiciary is always considered to be the most essential part of every democratic government. Dear students, in democracy, there are three separate organs of the state: legislature, executive, and judiciary. these three organs are interrelated, as well as there is a kind of separation of power relationship. So this is also called separation of power. They are interrelated, as well as they can check, and they can check each other, they can control each other. If judiciary goes against the country, if judiciary goes against the constitution or against any activity, at that time parliament, legislature is there to check, to control the judges. And if the executive and the ministers, government work against the state, at that time judiciary and legislature are there to check the government. So there is a kind of power separation. There is a kind of separation of power. Dear students, so judiciary, there are different courts in Nepal, tiers of courts which provide justice, which work as judiciary. So here there are three types, there are three levels of courts in Nepal. Supreme Court, so it is also called Court of Records, High Court, and District Court. So this court has some judges, and these judges give justice to the people. So Supreme Court, it is the highest court in the judicial system of Nepal. It is the highest court. It's also called the Court of Record, in the sense that its decisions are recorded for long-lasting memory and evidence. The Supreme Court has the final authority to interpret the Constitution and laws. There is a Chief Justice at the head of the Supreme Court and a maximum of 20 judges there. The Chief Justice is appointed by the President as recommended by the Constitutional Council, and other judges, they are recommended by the Judicial Council. High Court. Each province, there are 7 provinces in our country, and each province has a High Court. And each High Court has the Chief Judge and other judges. The Chief Justice appoints the Chief Judge and other judges as recommended by Judicial Council. Dear students, there is one Judicial Council. The Judicial Council just recommends for the appointment of Chief Justice. And any citizen of Nepal who has obtained a bachelor's degree in the law and served as a judge of district court for at least 5 years is considered to be qualified for the chief judge. The students, don't get confused. In the Supreme Court there is Chief Justice. In the High Court there is Chief Judge. So district court. Each district has a district court. The district court supervises and gives direction to the local level judicial bodies. The Chief Justice appoints judges of the district courts. So there are 2 points, terms: civil case versus criminal case. So civil case is concerned with the disputes or disagreements between 2 parties. On the contrary, the criminal case deals with the criminal act or offense. This is the difference, dear students. The civil case, it is concerned with the disputes, disagreements, quarrels between people, parties. But in the criminal case, there is the charge of crime, and a person who is charged with civil case may not go to jail. He or she can just compensate. But the person who is charged with crime, criminal case, can be jailed, can be imprisoned. That's the difference. The students, how did you find the class? Please, if you like it, you can share it to your friends. And if you are new to my channel, please subscribe my channel. Thank you. Bye. See you again.